Hi, everyone. I'm so excited. We are live with Farrah Davidson, but so many people know you. You can't even count how many people know you because there's triple digits going on. As London had a little lamb, I just said nobody looks that great this early in the morning and at the gym. I mean, come on. But
Me too, me too.
when you are a mom of four, I mean, we all need to step up our game, apparently. A fashion, a lifestyle blogger. Um, and yep,
Sweet.
everyone, she's a dentist too. I want to almost say she's a dentist on her free time.
Right? What free time?
So I'm so excited to have you. I mean, I first want to, not take everyone away from our conversation, but when you get off, you need to go to Instagram right away, or to londonhadalittlelamb.com and check out Farrah's blogs, which are all about everything that we go through in our families and just living our life. And on Instagram, you have well over 200,000 followers. So you're definitely doing something right and giving a great message out there. But how did it all begin? Where did you get this idea?
So it just started when London was just basically born. She just really inspired me. My husband's one of five boys. He has like, I don't know, 10 or 12 nephews. And I just thought if we had a girl, it would be a total miracle. I for sure thought I was going to have like four boys, but I figured like God would at least give me one girl. And so we had her. She just totally inspired me. Um, and I just wanted to do something like creative and like my love for fashion. It was so fun dressing her up and like getting all her bows and just, coordinating all of our outfits and our outings. And then I noticed whenever I would go out, people started asking me where I would get her clothes from or like where her bow would be from. So I just realized like I was getting like a lot of like buzz around what she was wearing, even though it was just pretty like effortless to me. So yeah, I started that, but I didn't want it to just be like fashion. I really wanted it to be like helpful or inspiring. So I would always like, take like a real life dilemma
Mhm.
or something that we would, be facing or struggling with, or other moms would be facing or struggling with. And then I would always incorporate that as well. So
Well, and I think that's, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, because if you go on your Instagram, it, the most beautiful kids. I mean, they're a gorgeous family, but I know behind every Instagram is the perfect picture, and then, the not so perfect picture, because I'm a mom of three, and, they're older. And so Instagram and Facebook, we're all just sort of getting going. But how many pictures do you have to take to get to the one you post in the one perfect picture?
oh, I mean, you know how it is, even like with, I don't know if you ever watched like America's Next Top Model when they took like 5,000 photos and they only used the one. I mean, that's just like how it is. So we just like snap, snap, snap all the way. But thankfully my kids really like the camera. I mean, I will be dressed up, like trying to take some fashion photos. And my kids are like, where are my clothes? What am I wearing? And they like seriously will start like taking off whatever they're wearing. And I'm like, I mean, this just happened yesterday. My babysitter came over to take some photos of me for a campaign and they're right there like, I want to be in the picture.
Oh, I love that.
And then, yeah, and then I had, a little delay and everyone got dressed up and they hopped in. And that's those couple of photos I posted yesterday on the couch. And I got like so much, like such a like huge reaction. Everyone was like, oh my God, they look so cute. They look so perfect. And really, it was just like all lighthearted fun in the background. I really keep everything like really lighthearted, stress-free, positive.
Right.
When you put
How
so much
has
pressure, it doesn't turn out as
Yeah. And what do you do, because you're really putting your kids out there? How do you handle, or what do you say to people in this influential world that want to have backlash or say something negative? How do you handle that?
thankfully we haven't really faced much negativity. I mean, the most negativity I really faced like throughout this entire like blogging career was really like during the election. I think just it was just getting really, really nasty and ugly out there. But thankfully, I haven't really had like any bad experiences, what I would just say is like, just keep trucking along. Like, I mean, don't give it any attention. I mean, I really don't give any, like, I seriously don't give any negativity any attention in my life. I just think it's really important to like wake up every day with like positivity, like in the morning, go to bed with positivity, be grateful. And then none of that really affects me. So I just don't care.
That's good. That's good. And I think that's a really important lesson for your kids. Like, you know, just keep going through it. So, you know, I asked you before, you know, we went on and we were talking about this. How do you juggle your day? You have 4 kids, you know, keep a healthy lifestyle, you work out, you give them, you know, your attention, but you're also a dentist. And yet you're out and about doing shoots and things like that. I mean, how is it that you get through a 24-hour day? Because I know there really are only 24 hours in any given day.
I think a lot of it is patience. So just, I mean, I have like 4 little humans. They all have different personalities. They know what they want and how they want it. So I'm just really, really, really patient with them. My husband is too. He's like a hands-on dad. It's just, we have a really, really strong partnership. He literally helps me with everything, supports me with everything. And I do the same with him. And so we just really have like a really, really tight knit family. I like really encourage my kids that they're best friends. Mm-hmm. And like, they'll always have each other. And like, so that's like kind of how I go about my day too. Like, people are always talking about like, you know, going to dinner with their girlfriends or brunch. Like, my kids are seriously like my best friends. And like, I just enjoy being home with them. Yeah. And then I just try to like enjoy everything I'm doing. So even if I'm going to work, like, I mean, I'm with my husband, we work together and we just like have a blast and we have like lunch together every single day. And yeah, so I just think it's really, really important, no matter what you're doing, no matter how big, or how small or how simple, just to always like, you know, just enjoy it. Like, have some grace if some, you know, give yourself grace if things don't go perfectly. And yeah.
That's a really good message. And the fact that you know, enjoy your family, want to be with them, and also enjoy, you know, working with your husband. I mean, a lot of people, especially during this pandemic, I know my husband came home to work for a short period of time and I was like, okay, this is my office, go find a space. Like, I love you, but you need to find your space.
I know people are always like, how do you work with your husband? I'm like, he's seriously my best friend. He drives, I get chauffeured to work every day. I get to do my makeup in the car. It's like amazing. I mean, like, what else do you want? Like, I get to like, you know, post on Instagram while he's driving me around. And
I love it. I love it. And I did get to meet your husband at a recent shoot. So, and he's a doll for sure. I can see why he's your best friend. How did you go about really building, you know, because I know people probably want to know, you have an extraordinary number of followers. And a lot of people start out, you know, look at my style. This is what I'm wearing. You know, how did people come to follow you? What do you think it was about when you started and what it is that they were so attracted to that message?
Well, I just remember like when I first started, within the first week, I gained like 5,000 followers. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like amazing. It was like unreal. And I'm really the type of person that's like really dedicated. If I start something, like there's just like no failure with me. Like, it has to be successful. My husband knows that about me. And I think that a lot of people are, you know, there's a huge like blogger space out there and there's enough room for everybody. I think that really what caught people's eye was the fact that I was giving advice and I was providing like helpful information, not just like fashionable outfits. Right. You know, I think that you really have to like inform, entertain, you know, mm-hmm. And I think that's really important.
How do people, you know, for those watching, how do you think that people should get started? Like, what's some of the advice you would give to, you know, everybody's like, I want to be an influencer. And I say people are influencers.
Yeah, you're like more of an influencer than you think. Like, when I look back at like my personal Instagram page from 10 years ago, I'm like, I was like an influencer before I was even an influencer.
Right.
I think that I get that question a lot, and people are just like, well, how do I become an influencer? Like, I feel like I'm kind of like boring, or I really like the basics, like wearing a white t-shirt and jeans. That's kind of like my uniform. And it's like, whatever although something might seem boring to you, like with your personal life, I guarantee you will be interesting to someone else. So, I mean, my fashion and my, you know, my essentials are like all over the map. And like, sometimes I do come across someone that has like that's just wearing casual t-shirt. And I'm like, I freaking love that. Like, and
Yeah.
it inspires me. And they'll be like, oh, I just got this t-shirt from Amazon for $7. And I'm like, click, 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 like buying it.
Right.
I just think there's like inspiration everywhere. And even though like something might seem, boring to you, like in your personal life, it won't be to someone else. Just, stay dedicated to it, give it the proper attention, and yeah, it will flourish.
I also have to say though, and it's really important to state, your followers are all real followers, not bot followers. And I think in this space right now, there's so much room for, quite frankly, I can say this, fraud, where people buy their followers, they buy their likes, and you will get caught. I mean, your site, if you do that, you can, I mean, not everybody will, but if you tag improperly, if you post improperly, or if you buy followers, you can be taken down. And I think it's like a really important message as a publicist for me to say that, your success has been the organic success of hard work.
So, and I think that, and like people are always so concentrated on the follower number. And it's like, really, if you just put out quality content, like it will catch the right eyes, and it will like benefit you, right? Like if I'm posting something, I want it to be like the correct audience, right? Like if I'm posting like a shirt and I have a bunch of like men following me, like they're probably not going to buy that shirt. But if I have like a ton of moms and people that are like me, like, like younger moms with a couple kids, and they're looking for like cute white t-shirt or something that will still look stylish while they're running errands with their kids, then
right.
the correct audience. So I think
right.
that, and the thing is, like, there is a space for micro influencers as well. So the number isn't, I feel like the number is not as important as most people make it out to be. So of course, if you have like a larger following, there's, more opportunity, but I do think there's plenty of room for campaigns and opportunity, even as like a small influencer.
Right. So for brands who want to reach out to you, again, it's London Had a Little Lamb, Farrah Davidson, and brands can reach out to London, and that's where the number becomes important for brands and campaigns. They do look at the number, they look at the audience that you're, garnering, and that becomes a really important factor. And as I said, the legitimacy of that number. And so I can't stress it enough when people are out there. I get tagged all the time. Oh, contact me. As my Instagram grows, people are like, contact me. I can help your Instagram grow.
Okay.
And I think that people have to be really careful of that. I always delete those right away. In the Instagram world, that's spam. It's like getting a spam email. And, I think that when people are out there and they're starting and they want to be an influencer, and again, I think that becomes an attractive word. You have to be careful, and you have to grow your audience through the organic mechanism of using the proper hashtags and the proper audience that you're going for, and which is, really
just,
what you've done.
Just talk about something that you're good at, or something that you like, and that you will always provide value to someone.
Well, I'm so excited. The truth be told, London Had a Little Lamb is a new client of mine, and it's been really fun, because one of the reasons that we're working together is, in my industry, as Farrah and I've talked about, is you cannot succeed in marketing any longer without using influencer marketing. And Farrah, I credit you this because, and that's why I really stressed how to do it the correct way, is that when you have a client, a retail client, you need to bring in influencers. And you brought up micro influencers and brand influencers. And so it really is an important message that you're getting out there too, because there's a lot of people that we see on Instagram to follow, and you can't just go tagging them, and you just can't think that they work for free. This is a business, a really big business out there, and part of a marketing person and publicist world. And it's a whole new way of doing business. And I commend you. You know, your success has been yours. As a publicist, I'm now here to help, you know, with new campaigns and new things to bring to you. But you have done this, you know, I say this so people who are watching today, you know, and we've already, you know, and I've already reached out to people to look at your brand and your little were so fun. But, you know, I think it's also fun to talk about what goes on behind the scenes of those pictures, because you don't, for brand campaigns, you bring in, do you bring in a professional photographer, or they bring in?
No, it's always on the influencer as far as I've seen. Yeah, I'll even work with like major hotels and I have to source my own photographer. Yeah, so like I would say 90% of my photography is professionally done. And I think that's really important too. That's also another piece of advice I give to like up and coming, you know, influencers or aspiring influencers, is that just really everything has to look professional these days. And just really well together.
And I think like I like that you said that, and I lean to you to say some of those things, because when I made Farrah do homework like I do to all my clients, and she had to do a brand document.
Took me a while.
Well, the thing is that your brand is on target, but I make everybody do a brand document because I need to know your brand. And part of that brand is your photography. And you don't just pick up and go, hey, London, I'm going to snap a picture of you and slap it on your Instagram, because your Instagram is your calling card. And I think it's super important that everything you do is branded. Now, for somebody just starting out, they may put more photos on. And like you probably look back at 10 years ago and go, okay, what was I thinking? What was I wearing? You know,
Yeah.
But that's okay
back now.
Right. That's okay. Like I laugh at a good time hop. I have the time hop app and I go, oh my God, you know, so, you know, but when you're starting, you know, it is really good advice. I will tell people when they're starting out in the micro to gaining more followers, you know, I say it like a broken record, stay on brand. You have said it today, know your audience, be authentic, and keep to your story of who you are. And again, London Had a Little Lamb, go to Instagram, start following. You'll learn a lot if you're starting out. You'll see some of the brands that you work with. You'll see some new ones coming along soon, and some media, because for my colleagues out there, if you're not working with influencers yet, you're behind, you know, I'll say that you're behind the boat. And most of the ones that I know, and good ones, we, you know, when we open a restaurant, when we open a retail store, we call on really good influencers right away. We know that that's what we have to do. And that's where the market is right now.
Definitely.
So, well, I'm excited. I was glad that we could sneak in a Friday business story, because I know how busy you are. And I know I called you and I was like, when can I get you?
No, I'll always make time for you.
Well, thanks. All right, go back and exercise. God love you for doing that. I have this new found, I'm getting on my treadmill like almost every day. So you're inspiring.
You'll love it.
All right. I will see you soon.
Thanks so much, Siri.
Everyone go to London Had a Little Lamb and follow all channels.
Thanks so much, Siri.
Talk to you soon.
You. Bye.
Bye.